Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again from Paleo Problem Island and MikeTheCaveman.com. Today's question is, should you be doing heart rate variability or HRV training?
I'm the Caveman.
And the answer is, possibly. Now, that comes with a caveat that we are talking specifically about people who are trying to either optimize performance, so high-level athletes, that's the ideal population for it, or those who are overly stressed, particularly those dealing with HPA axis dysfunctions, adrenal issues, thyroid issues, people who need to manage their stress. The reason being is that HRV training can tell you when it's time to take a day off. That's a big struggle I see with a lot of my clients and with my athletes, is that overtraining can lead to excessive stress, which in turn leads to adrenal issues. So HRV training, what it's doing is heart rate variability. And essentially you're using that as a biomarker for the health of your nervous system. Now you have two primary components to your nervous system. You have your autonomic and you have your voluntary nervous system. Autonomic, you don't really have to think in order to breathe, or you don't have to think in order for your heart to beat. You can voluntarily control your breathing, and with a lot of practice, there are those who say you can control your heart rate as well. But it happens automatically. Voluntary would be more along the lines of going to lift that weight, going to pick up your cup of coffee, going for a run. Now, that autonomic nervous system is then split into your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous systems, which basically correspond to both your rest and digest and your fight or flight. And those are two not opposing, they actually work in unison, but two opposite sides of the spectrum. It's kind of like a yin and yang. One doesn't completely shut off when the other turns on, but rather there are levels to how much you're using of each. Using HRV, you can get a better look into how well you're able to respond to a stimuli and how well you're able to relax afterwards. The problem that comes in is that similar to counting calories or doing your macros, using this kind of training can lead to neurosis. It can get people overthinking about that last couple of percentage points, because that's all you're looking at. This is not going to make or break whether or not you can get healthy. Actually getting moving more often than not is going to get you healthy. But if you're looking to fine-tune things, then yeah, it could have a place. So your biggest takeaways are that, yeah, you may want to consider HRV training if you are a high-level athlete or you are somebody who is apt to overtrain otherwise. You have a high-stress job, you have a lot going on in your life, which again is the majority of people. But that's more along the lines of actually making sure that you are not overly stressed. It helps to tell you when it's time to really crank things up and when it's time to take a day off. And yeah, for optimizing things, it can definitely have a role. But for the vast majority of people, it's going to be overkill. So you don't really have to worry about it. So either way though, hopefully it's helped you out. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below, share it with your friends, head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island, and of course over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Maybe use some HRV training, maybe not. I'll see you tomorrow. How to detox from sugar regarding, getting back into ketogenic diet.